And hello fellow Taker Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks, and today we are in the T-54 Tier 9 Soviet medium tank. We're in a Tier 10 game with 3 arties in play and trust me when I say that, bunch of Unicom players. I think there were like 5 Unicoms per side plus 4 blue players per side. So this is going to be one of those matches that I told you earlier in my T-54 video, the one that I just posted not long ago. This is one of those matches that you would not expect to get a very high result, but yet you have to figure out how to change your game in order to win. So this game is not going to be extreme damage at all. Nothing of that nature, guys. First of all, we are on pretty brutal map when it comes to arty, and we have 3 arties in a platoon on the opposing team, as well as we're in a Tier 10 game. So what do we do in this situation? Last thing I wanted to do is get spotted in the spot where I am right now. So this is really bad already as it is. I'm trying to freaking lose my sixth sense. That's the first thing I want to do, because if you're spotted on this map, you will die. The only advantage in this situation is that I was in a low ground and I got myself in a even lower ground right here. So the idea here was to go into F3 area and try to spot. But because the IS-7 took the ball very quickly, all of a sudden I knew that this position is broken and I won't be able to do anything, especially without any gun depression. And as you know, T-54 or any Russian mediums for that matter don't really have much gun depression. Now, a lot of super unis loved going into the ball early in game. And I know that because Freddy used to do exact same thing. And I'll tell you what the problem with that is. Artillery. If you have 3 arties in play and you take aggressive position in the ball, you are bound to get shafted like quite quickly. So if I would recommend to any of the players out there, ball is a great play, but later in the game, not early, especially if you have a lot of arty in play. If there is no arty in play, then yes, get into the ball, especially in the tank like IS-7 with very tough turret armor. You would be able to definitely spot a lot of the opposition downfield just sitting in the ball. And you can make it work, but not with arty in play. So at this point, look, and for the longest part in this game, I'm not gonna get any damage. Yes, guys, that's the way things work sometimes. You don't get damage early in game all the time. Especially when you play against really good players that know how to micro-position their tanks. They know how to hide them. They know what the strengths of their tanks are. They hide their turrets. They hide their hull. They pick positions that are advantageous to their tanks. So do not expect getting huge results versus very good players in every game. It is just not feasible. It is just not possible. So in here, I'm just trying to figure out what am I supposed to do. As you noticed, most of our team sitting at 1 and 2 line, and they're just sitting there hoping for the best. So I knew already at this point that I will not be getting a lot of damage in this game. But what I will have to do, and that was, you know, the switch in thinking at the moment, is I'm gonna have to serve as a spotter at one point. Not to mention that my aim is freaking pathetic in this game. I don't understand why. Could have been after a few beers, I don't remember. Regardless. But I already knew that my goal in this game would have to be spotting, because we basically have no control of the map. And I don't want to say anything over here, but we have a couple of super unis sitting in the back at J2, K2, just sniping. Because probably they thought, okay, you know what? Distribution of team is pretty shit. I'm just gonna sit there and get my damage. I could have done exact same thing. But if I did this, then we wouldn't be able to win the game. Now, for me, the most important thing is winning the game. And that's what I'm gonna try to do. Now, my contribution level at this point is nothing. Absolutely nothing. But it does 2 things. First, it creates a situation where artillery is not really paying attention to me. So me sitting here in this spot, I was trying to be sneaky. Stay away from arty first. Maintain as much hit points until I can until the end of the game, because that's going to be crucial. I want to keep my hit points right here. So I got myself in a position now. This is interesting position. And again, as you can see, once I'm spotted, I'm doing circles. I'm running around. I'm running away. I don't want Artie to be looking at me at all. I want to lose my sixth sense, and I want to get back into position where I can spot. So I'm going to get myself in this position. And what I was going to say is this position is awesome because from here I can spot the guys at J8, K8, as well as I can spot center of the map. Positions E6, also behind the railroad, the 7 line, for instance, I can spot over there. So this position is actually fantastic. And T54 is low enough that once I want to lose my spot, I just go underneath into the low ground and I just drive around and try to lose my sixth sense. That's what I'm gonna do. But as you can see, I'm not doing anything else. I'm just gonna stay here. And I was hoping that our team was gonna take advantage of the situation that they pushed the 1 line, and I thought they're gonna take care of the 1 line, but all of a sudden we lost the 1 line as well. And at this point here, I thought, okay, you know what? Doesn't matter what I do. Being in this position, trying to spot for my team, there's no way we're gonna win this game because we can't win a flank, it seems. And I'm not on the other flank to fight. I'm right here trying to spot. So there's no way I can get out of this position, get myself into 1 line or 2 line, because these guys keep poking up and trying to spot from behind the railroad, as you can see. Like this M60 over there. So yes, it's going to be a bit of a boring gameplay, but that's what artillery does to the game, especially on an open map like this. Artillery makes you passive. It's supposed to prevent you from camping, but what it does, it actually does exactly the opposite. It creates a situation when everyone's camping because no one wants to get shot. So, as you can see, I'm targeted there. I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure it's Artie, so I'm going to turn in a split second right there. We're going to turn around, change directions, and we're going to go back again into the middle here and try to get back into the same position. So it's going to be basically myself and the light tank doing all the spotting. Well, actually, I think light tank had a spectacular game in here. He had fantastic amounts of spotting, simply because none of our teammates were moving around. But all I want to show my light tank is that I'm in this position here and that I have south side of the map. The south side of the map is mine, so you don't have to worry about coming here and spotting. I don't think he trusts me because he keeps on coming back into this location here and spotting for me for whatever reason. Eventually I think he will stop, but I think that was the thinking on his part, that he didn't really fully trust me being in this position. Although, to be honest, last thing you want to do is be exposed in one spot for a longer period of time, so he seemed to be doing a great job changing positions. Coming south, going up north, again, spotting the middle, coming back. And I'm doing exactly the same thing. And these champions sitting on a 2 lane, all they're doing is shooting. At least, I gotta say, at least they're shooting. Because if we had 3 guys over there that couldn't hit squad, this game would have been a loss. Anyway, this object 277 got impatient and he decided to make a play, and just notice what happens to him. Just pay attention to that. He's going to get completely annihilated by Artie, by all my snipers that are sitting in the back. And that is the idea in this situation. So yeah, I'm not getting any raw damage in this game, and it's going to be extremely hard to come by. But I'm doing everything I can to keep these guys lit in the middle of the map. So light tank is keeping the north lit. I'm keeping the south lit. So now we spotted this M60 over here. But we're not going to be putting any shells. We're just going to be spotting right now and just seeing if anybody's actually going to pay attention to him, shoot at him. But I think from position where he's in, he's relatively safe, and none of our guys have shots at him. Now, soon enough, there's going to be time when Artie is going to start paying attention to me. They have to. They cannot disregard me all the time. And eventually, since they're all in a platoon, I'm sure they're talking right now and saying, look, you got to take this guy out of the game. He's a spotter. And the Artie players were Unicom players. They're really, really good players. So This is where the shot comes right there. I made a mistake because I should have turned more to the right than to the left. Second RD fires right there. So you know they're paying attention to me. So we're going to have to try to be cautious about that because they changed their strategy right there. But we're going to come closer here. We're going to try to spot these guys at K8. And we spot two of them. There's a TD as well as the M60. None of our guys seem to be shooting them at the moment, but that will change eventually. And we're going to continue doing the same thing. I know it's boring, guys. There isn't a lot of shooting. It's a lot of me driving around and just pretty much doing nothing. But I'm actually doing something. I'm covering my side of the field to make sure that the opposition cannot get over to our side of the map. Now, what the opposition should have done is one of them should have sacrificed and went into 5 lane beyond this ridge line where I'm at right now. Because if they pushed one of the tanks over here, they would be able to just poke their head and spot every single one of our guys that were sitting at the 2 line. But now it's pretty much closing time. The medium tank that poked the middle got shut down, so he's dead. I'm sitting at 0 induced damage, 2.9k assisted damage. And now we're going to try to engage this M60, maybe get some damage out of this game. The most important thing, especially if you're going for 3 marks, you're looking for combined damage. So you don't really have to be getting raw damage. As long as you're getting your assisted damage plus your induced damage, bring totals close to the actual target for 3 marking and just keep it there. Now we spot this M60. He got really impatient, so he decided to move. And our shell, I don't know what the hell happened to it. Didn't pen, didn't do anything. But again, he gets shut down by our friendlies that are sitting in the back. And now it's just closing time. And here is where I think I wanted to say GG to the light tank player, but he gets annihilated. Oh, I see. He flips his tank, unfortunately. Because he would have had even better game than what he had. Anyway, we know we had Death Star left over here. At this point, I don't really care if he shuts me down. If he does, so be it. But I want extra damage here, so that's what we're going to go after. But luckily, yeah, he's shooting Hesh. So he wasn't able to pen me, he shot my truck, and we should be able to go around him and take him out of the game pretty much. Just like that, he gets shut down by somebody else. But regardless. So those are the games that I'm talking about, guys. You just don't choose what kind of opponents you have. You don't choose what teammates you have. You have to make the best out of your game. And these are the things that I do to hopefully ensure the win for the team. Look, I didn't even make top 3. I was 4th spot in this situation, but again, me holding the South was key to winning this game, not to mention main contribution from the light tank player who played fantastic. He just drove around and made sure he spotted everyone. And above all, he didn't throw his tank away. Anyway, guys, this is one of the games that I'd probably not post on the channel, but games like this happen more often than not in World of Tanks, and they're not being shown and discussed and that type of stuff. So I thought I would show you one and show you exactly how my gameplay changes in certain situations in the game. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking, Space Bandit, checking out.